borders on the right to protect and duty to protect. Every citizen in this country has a right to be protected by government in any crisis they find themselves in. However, the first line of protection falls under duty to protect. When you own a facility such as a school, a mall, a movie theater, it is incumbent on the proprietor to have internal mechanism to protect their clients. It's incumbent on the school to establish proper security measures to protect the students in the school. How far is the divisional police of headquarters nearest to the school? What is the relationship between the principal, the academic community, and that of the police? How are the roads manned? Who travels these roads? Who are your intelligentsias? Yes, school can pay money for people to be on that road that is very lonely and monitor what happens there and bring report back to the school security. And when the school feels that there is a threat, there must be a fast-track number that the school can use to requisition the Nigerian police force, who are the first order under the rights of protection, to come in there before even calling the DSS. On the issue of the kidnapping in Ogun State, I am very confident that the collaboration of the DSS and Nigerian police force will get the required results. It is quite foolish when I read in the newspaper of the kidnappers to ask for 1.7 billion. It means that they are very pedestrian in the act of kidnapping. How do you bring 1.7 billion to them? They are not really thinking. And we have better thinking men in the police and DSS that can outsmart them. And very soon they will be arrested. I only hope that they don't kill their victims before that happens. So you can see now that even you, as Suleiman, in your residency, you have a gate man who is your primary duty to protect. Even if he's not carrying arms, he alerts you when there is a problem. Your canine, which is your dog, alerts you when there is a problem. Then it's now up to you, because of your status, to use your telephone to call the police and be sure that they respond to you. But every Nigerian, no matter how lowly placed, should have the opportunity under the rights of protection. And that comes back to what else I want to add. We are under-policed, we are under-militarized. There is no funding to have the kind of security that this nation deserves. And that is why I think the members of the National Assembly ought to begin to think of introducing national security and defense fund tax, and tax every product in this country, and from there we can begin to fund our security. From there, a nation of over 100 million people with less than 200,000 military men is unacceptable. After this war, our border from Takum to Jalingo and Jalingo to the hills that borders Cameroon is unprotected because we don't have a brigade. The battalion that is in Takum are overstretched. So we need to go back again and look at the additions on the national defense policy that have just been reviewed and chaired by an erudite AVM, MN Omaru, and submitted to the last administration this administration needs to pick it up and look at the salient points of that particular document.
Mr. Banks, if I may come in here, you in the course of your conversation, you mentioned changing the narrative. That's one question I want you to please explain some more. And how do we go about changing that narrative effectively in all forms? How do we do it so that it will get down to the grassroots, from whether we're going to take it from the bottom up or from the top down? The narrative, how do we go about it?
Thank you, Nat'l. As a young man in the 60s in the primary school in Enugu, we were taught how to cross the road under civic lessons. Today, there are no more civic lessons anywhere in schools. And I also heard that a mad person woke up and said, we should no longer teach history in our schools. We have National Orientation Agency. Under the last administration,